Everybody, how are you? Hope all is well. This is World's Messiest Workshop. Looking at my homemade welder. Someone asked me for a schematic and I drew one up. I tried all kinds of apps and they all suck. So I just drew it by hand. So I'll go over the schematic first and then we'll look at the welder. So this is power coming in. Positive runs right to a switch. If you don't know how to wire a switch, you have to look it up, but basically positive wire goes to the on side and then coming out goes to the off side of your switch. If you're looking at the front, it comes down to a V junction where it splits, going to one side of the primary coil and splitting off to the other coil, transformer. These are the transformers, 1 and 2 transformers. Positive off the switch splits to, I call it the positive side. There really is no positive or negative side. But this is, once you run it, then it becomes the positive side. Okay, and then the ground comes in, I should say the negative comes in and does the same thing, splits going to each side of the transformer. Now let's go to the transformer. This is just a heat sink that I put on. They normally look more like this, and this winding or coil down here at the bottom is the coil that came with the transformer. There were 2 of them. Take one out, and then the one that has the connections for the power, you put that at the bottom. And this is, oh, what is this? That is the primary winding. Okay, that's where the power goes into. You can see it here on this side, underneath the one that I wound. There's the primary coil winding. I'm going to keep calling it coil or winding. That's just the way I am. So if I say coil or winding, this is what I'm talking about, one of these two. This is the primary, the one that already came wound with the connections for the plug-in, positive and negative. Okay. All right, hopefully I'm not confusing. Back up here to the schematic. So you have your power running into the primary winding here. All right, now the winding, like as you saw, this is the bottom, this is the top. This would be a side view right here. Okay, there is no electricity plugged in to this secondary winding. These are the ones that you're going to have to wind yourself. You put the primary coil at the bottom. At the top, I took 14 gauge wire, and I got 15 wraps, and this is the direction I wrapped them in. If you were looking from the top, and you leave one end coming out this way and one end coming out this way, and you do that on both transformers. And once you get those wound 15, you want to have them the same gauge wire, same exact wire if you can have it from the same source, that's ideal. And some people say you have to mess with it. Maybe I got lucky on the first one. I don't know, I did 15 and that was it, and it works. So let's go back down here to the welder. Now hopefully you can see, this is my secondary coil, the one that I wound here at the top with the black casing. I wound it this way. the same way, that same direction, I believe, as the primary is wound. I'm sorry, opposite direction of the way the primary is wound. That's how I did mine. You can see down here on the primary, let's see, I'm gonna use this one. This would be the, this is, so the wire, I'm sorry, the wire went in this way, and the direction of it is clockwise. The way we're looking at it right now, clockwise. Here's one end, and the other end is right next to it. My winding on top, the fan's in the way here, comes out the other side over here, just like this one does. All right, and my winding goes this way, counterclockwise. You have two ends, 2 feed ends, you know, where you fed it in this way, you wound it, it came out this way. Same thing on this one. Okay, these 2 ends here, you solder in the middle. This lead that comes out is my ground clamp, my ground clamp, and this one right here is my stick holder. Going back up to the schematic. Got my windings this way. A ground clamp, where this is the solder point, and here's the stick holder, and that's all it is. Get you a good look here. Be careful. Geez, I don't even know what else to tell you about safety. If you don't know electrical safety, I wouldn't even try this. If you don't know the first thing about electricity, learn, okay? This puts out 260 amps. This will kill you. It's only 35 volts combined, 17.5 each. But together, well, even separately, they'll kill you. It'll kill you, man. It'll knock your ass out. So be careful. I take no responsibility at all for any accidents that happen to you, or any fires or explosions. No joke. And once you figure that out, you can do the, if you can get that, you'll get the wiring for the fans. All right. Good luck, everybody.